Oh, there we go. There's the bell. All right. Okay, all right. So there's the bell. All right, press pause and then do the do now. Okay. All right, and we're back. Okay. So now let's solve and graph this. This is based off of yesterday's lesson. Okay, and I did this on purpose again. Notice how the x isn't in the front, so we're gonna rewrite this. So we're gonna do x plus 7 first, old Manning style. The question is, which way does the arrow point? It points to this 7 here. So the arrow has to point to this 7. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to subtract. So these cancels out. 7 minus 7, 0. And that's it. Okay. And then we graph it, right? Okay, let's graph it. All right, I'll do this quickly. Let's see, 0. Okay, 0. Do -1 then. 1, 2, 3, like that. 0. Arrow to the right and fill it in. Okay. All right, let's see. Unit 7, day 38. The reason why I had to cross it out like this is because the website that I use to get these numbers from, it doesn't have 38 and 39. So I'm going to do these for the next couple of days. Okay. All right. Let's see. Tonight's homework addict. Many of you still did not complete the quiz. So get it done because I'm gonna go over it tomorrow, by which then I would have taken the quiz offline, and by then I would have emailed the students or the parents saying that they did not complete the quiz. What else? So the deadline is what, 3 p.m. today. Okay, so get it done. All right. Unit exam is Friday. Okay, 15 questions. I made a test already. So if you look at the blog down here, it's gonna give you all the topics for Friday. All right, it's 15 questions, strictly Unit 7. So some of the topics covers evaluating expressions, substitution. So meaning like if I tell you x is 7 and then I do what is 2x plus 9, would you be able to substitute? Okay, so I think one question like that. All right, you're gonna do some word one-step equations with a couple word problems, combining like terms, distributive property, inequalities in the graph. So basically this week's stuff. So like, and then what I did was I made a link. Actually listed all the videos that are related to the unit that I made. You know, those video lessons that I made before we did remote learning. So these were the lessons. They're about 10 minutes each. So if you really want to study for the test, I think this is a good place to start. Okay. All right. So having said that, let's see. Oh, announcements. Let's see. By the way, quite a few people, but less than 10, asked me about their grades yesterday. So, and then I had this, and then it dawned on me that the folks who because I didn't say anything to anyone else other than on the blog about the people can email me. So that means that the folks who emailed me have been watching the videos. All right. So, you know, which, makes sense. And I looked at, so I looked at the quiz grades actually. The average was a 76, or was a 72, which is not great. I mean, obviously. So, and what I'm sensing is, combined with the number of views on the number of views on the YouTube videos, plus the number of homeworks being sent in, plus looking at the quiz grades, and also when people watch YouTube videos, the average duration of a viewing is 6 minutes. Guys, I make videos from 20 to 30 minutes. All right, so there's no reason why folks should be watching for only 6 minutes. So all those combined, all right, if you put 2 and 2 together, basically, I can tell why the average was a 76, and the grades are dropping. So this is your choice at this point. Like you gotta watch the videos. and you gotta participate by doing the problems and trying it, because I'm teaching. Okay, so that means you're gonna get the new stuff. So make sure you do your assignments. That's all I gotta say. Okay, all right. Let's see. Keep doing your homeroom number, then full name, even in homework. Okay. I continue to show you your homework score. Okay, so again, I'm gonna hold off on giving you the grading policy until the news finally breaks. Okay, which should be sometime this week, hopefully. And then when it does, I will adjust the new grading policy according to that citywide grading policy. Let's just put it that way. Okay, because there's no point. There's no, like, I'm in a position where I have to react to policies that other people set instead of being proactive about it. Just, you know. All right. Okay. So now where are we? So that leaves us with video number 1. So video number 1 is long. Okay. So video number 1 is 10 minutes long. So how are we doing on time already? Okay. All right. So video number 1 is right here. All right. So watch that. It's about 10 minutes long. The stuff on the front end is nothing new, but the stuff on the back end is pretty good because they have word problems, which we're gonna do tomorrow. Okay, so press pause, watch video number 1, all right, and then we'll go from there. Okay, all right, and we're back. So hopefully that video from that guy, Matt Jacobson, I think, was helpful. And so what we're gonna do right now is, so by the way, so yesterday I was planning for the lesson, and I realized that a couple of things happened. And that is, I only gave you questions. I don't know if anyone noticed. I only gave you questions where you're adding or subtracting numbers in a one-step equation, right? It's only 2 operations. Either you're going to add or you're going to subtract. And so it dawned on me that I need to give you these practice where you're multiplying and dividing. Okay, so that's what we'll do today. And then tomorrow we'll do word problems for a day, and then we'll probably do it Thursday too. Hold on. And then, hold on, let me check something. Where are the problems? Oh, yeah. Okay, all right, yeah. Okay, yeah. And then we'll go from there. Okay, all right. So let's see. Okay, so if you look at this, right? So let me just repeat partially what I said yesterday, which is this. If you see this, I'll just rewrite because there's more space here. All you have to do, right, is should you ignore this sign, is to say, okay, a number divided by 5 is 2. What would that number be? So now you see that this operation is divide, right? So we're going to do the opposite, which is multiply. Cancel, cancel. N is less than or equal to 10. And then you graph it, right? Now, the alternative that I gave you guys yesterday was pretend that for a moment this symbol is an equal sign. And then you just do the same thing. Same answer, but don't forget you got to change the sign back, right? So we'll graph this and then fill that in. Okay, and that's how you do it. All right, let's do one more. So here, right, we have n divided by 2. So what's the opposite divided by 2? Multiply, right? Cross cancel. N is less than 0 times 2 is 0. Now, some of you might say, well, what's going on? The answer is 0. But look at it. 0 over 2 is less than 0. So meaning anything that's less than 0 will be an answer. Okay, so here we got 0, arrow to the left. Don't fill it in, right? There's no line. Okay, now subsequently, same thing if you want to make that an equal sign. right? 2 times 0, 0. Don't forget to change the sign back. And that's it. Okay? All right. Now, you shouldn't do this one. Why don't you go ahead and just try these 3 right now? Actually, 6, 7, 8. So press pause and take about 5 minutes, maybe more, because I would like you to copy the questions actually. So go ahead and do 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, and 8 right now and press pause, okay? And then we'll come back and go over it. Okay, all right. So here for number 6, I'm going to multiply by 2 on both sides. Cross cancel. Got x is greater than or equal to 3 times 2. That's 6. Okay? All right, so 6, arrow to the right. All right, fill in the circle. Okay. Now, how is 7 different from any questions we've done today? So look at 7, and then look at 6, 4, and 2. How is 7 different? Yeah, 7 is, the operation here is multiply. So you got to do the opposite, which is what? That's right, divide. Right, so cross out, cancels out, right? V is less than or equal to 4, no, it's 1. Alternatively, if you want to say, look, this sign really confuses me, can I make this an equal sign? This is what it will look like, right? I mean, think about it. 14 times what gives you 14? Right? 1, right? So don't forget again, you got to change the sign back. Yeah. Right here, arrow goes to the left, and then fill in the circle. Okay? All right. For number 8, multiply both sides by 6. Cross cancel. B greater than or equal to, what's 14 times 6? Right? What is 14? Hold on, let me do this in my head also. Oh, 80. 84. All right. Oh, let me double check real quick. Yeah, 4, and that's that. Where's 84? Right here. Arrow goes to the right, and that's it. Okay. All right. So a couple of the questions on the unit exam is, it's basically this. Okay, so make sure you know how to do it. All right, let's see. With that said, cross this one out. Okay, it's got negative numbers. Cross this one out. Okay, go ahead and try 15 and 18 right now. Okay, and then press pause, and then we'll come back and go over it. Okay, all right. So here, now, notice how the n is at the end here. So we're going to rewrite this Omaning style. So 8n and the 8. Which way is the arrow pointing? Yeah, it's pointing at the 8n, right? So you go like that. Divide both sides by 8. N is less than or equal to 1. Okay? All right, what does that mean? 1 less than. No, did I say less than or equal to? No, just less than. Okay? All right. Okay, number 18. Okay, I can divide both sides by 4. No, you notice how I didn't have to rewrite, right? So I just go and divided it because the x is on the right, is on the correct side. So 4 for 4 is 1. X is less than or equal to 10. 10, arrow goes to the left, fill it out. Okay? All right, let's see, what do we have here? I really like 22. I would like to see how you would do 22. So let me give you 5 minutes. All right, go ahead and do 20 and 22. How are we doing on time? Let's see, you saw a 10-minute video, so that's 25. Wow, okay, it's almost time actually. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, all right. So go ahead and do 20 and 22. Press pause, and then we'll come back and go over it. Okay, all right, and we're back. So cancels out. M, right? Less than or equal to 15. 15 to the left, fill out the circle. Okay, all right. Last one. Now I'm gonna rewrite this here. So first of all, a couple of things you notice, right? There's a lot going on here, because you notice how the questions we've done so far might look something more like this, right? And then you rewrite it and you multiply both sides by 3. I think by now you get that. But that's not the question. Instead of having a whole number here, it's a fraction. So don't panic yet, all right? So what we're gonna do right now is, first of all, you notice how the p is on the other side, right? So I'm gonna rewrite this old Manning style first. So p over 3, and then 7 over 3, and then what you have is the arrow pointing at 7 over 3, right? So arrow pointing at 7 over 3. So that's the first part. Okay, I'm going a little slower here so you guys can understand what I'm saying. Now, second part is, you notice how, so we want p to be alone, and it's being divided by 3. So what's the opposite of being divided by 3? Multiply by 3. Wow, there's a lot going on, like on the street behind me. Okay, cancels out, left with p. Now, look at this. The 3's here also cancel, and if you don't believe me, if you just do 3 over 1, these cancels out, right? So you're just left with 7, and that's how you're left with this solution. So 7, put a circle over it, arrow to the right. There's a line underneath, so we're gonna fill it out. Okay. All right. So let's see. How are we doing on time? So 10, 26 plus 10, 36. Wow, it's almost time actually. Okay, so let's see. Here's what we're gonna do tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna do these questions. All right, tomorrow, and actually Thursday. Yeah, and then that's it for the unit. So Friday we'll have the test. Oh, so the homework for Wednesday and Thursday, I'm gonna use the review. So 5 questions. So what I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna show you questions that are, the topics of which are on the unit exam, and on Wednesday's homework, 5 questions, and Thursday's homework, another 5 questions. I'm gonna give you questions from. I'm gonna use questions from the unit that we've learned so far. So that way, by doing homework Wednesday and Thursday, you're also reviewing. So hopefully that should get you ready for Friday. Okay. So originally, by the way, I thought about giving 20 questions on the unit exam, but then if we do that, each question is 5 points, and so for some of you, you're thinking, well, if I get one wrong, I only lose 5 points, right? Instead of like 10 on a quiz. But then I thought 20 questions the test is just too long. So I made it 15, which means I think each question is worth like 6.5 points. So the trade-off isn't bad, because you're trading 5 points per question for 6.5 points. So I think that's acceptable. And so that's why we're gonna do 15 questions, okay? Because 20 questions is just too long a test, I think, for a lot of you. Okay, so before we end, I have these slightly more challenging inequalities. Now they're challenging really only in the sense that we're using decimals here. Okay, so if you want some extra practice, here you go. All right, there are 9 questions here. I'll leave it up here for about I don't know, like 10 seconds, so you can press pause and do these questions. Otherwise, I'm gonna sign off here. And okay, so don't forget to do your homework. And on the unit test, if you write your homeroom number and then your name, like I've been asking you for the last month, you will get 5 extra points on the test. Okay. All right. Okay. So let me sign off here. Have a good day, and see you tomorrow. Okay. All right. Bye-bye. Okay. Oh, there we go. There's the bell. All right. Don't tell me you don't miss that bell.
OMG, that was so good.